Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an awesome Thursday. Here's your stimulus check update, news report, and stimulus package update for Thursday, March the 11th. In this afternoon's video, I will be bringing you up to date on the latest stimulus news, including the status of the third stimulus check. I also want to discuss how private debt collectors can seize $1,400 stimulus check payments to pay creditors. Please do make sure to watch until the end of this video for an updated timeline for the third stimulus checks. But before this video starts, I will be giving away another $50 Amazon gift card this Friday evening. To enter the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and then comment below.
What stands out to you about this year, and can you believe it's been a whole year?
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, when it first happened, everyone thought, well, by last summer, it'll be all over, and it's still with us. There are so many, you know, every one of us knows someone who was lost. I heard just the other day, a friend of mine, 62, no pre-existing conditions, got it 1 week and dead the next. Oh. And the scenes that stick with me, I ache when I see grandchildren and children through that hospital window saying goodbye to their parents and grandparents who are dying of COVID. They can't touch them, they can't hug them, they can't kiss them. These scenes are with us for a long period of time. And then there are others not as devastating, but I have a couple of friends who own small businesses. For 20 years, one of them put her heart and soul into the business, sweat equity, business gone. So there's so much. I think every one of us has been affected, and so many of us in such serious ways. But hopefully with this bill that we passed, we're going to get out of this mess and come back better and stronger than ever. I believe in America. I believe in the American people. We will bounce back.
Thanks for your patience. A little delayed today, but for good reason. So I have a couple of items at the top. As you know, tonight the President will deliver his first primetime address to the American people at 8 p.m. Today marks the one-year anniversary of the shutdown due to COVID-19, and the President will speak directly to the American people about the sacrifices made, from the more than 500,000 lives lost to the millions of people who have lost their jobs, and the even millions more who have been impacted by the pandemic. He'll provide an update on the work of his team to address the greatest operational challenge the country has faced and the work his team has done to rapidly increase the number of vaccinators, and vaccination sites. And he will lay out the next steps he will take to get the pandemic under control. Even while he is focused on getting the American Rescue Plan across the finish line, he has been reviewing drafts of the speech. Last week he was, and of course through the course of this week, and making line edits. He's been providing line edits in order to ensure that he is striking the right tone and providing the right level of clarity as he prepares to address the country this evening. He plans to provide a clear outline of his approach, level with the American people about what is required of them, but also provide a sense of hope of what is possible. I wanted to provide a little bit more on upcoming travel. Of all of our principles as we prepare to go out and engage with the American people about what is in the rescue plan. As you know, next week the President, the Vice President, the First Lady, and the Second Gentleman will be traveling across the country to kick off the Help Is Here tour and amplify the American Rescue Plan. On Monday, the First Lady will travel to Burlington, New Jersey. The Vice President and Second Gentleman will travel to Las Vegas, Nevada. On Tuesday, the President will travel to Delaware County, Pennsylvania, as you already are aware. The Vice President and Second Gentleman will travel to Denver, Colorado. On Wednesday, the Second Gentleman will travel to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And on Friday, the President and the Vice President will travel to Atlanta, Georgia. During their trips, they will discuss the benefits of the American Rescue Plan for working families, and they will engage with people at each of these stops about how the American people can benefit from the components of the package moving forward. So they will talk about the $1,400 check.
Okay, everyone. So President Joe just signed the $1.9 trillion economic relief package. When will the third stimulus checks be sent to Americans? During the first round of stimulus checks back in April 2020, it took about 2 weeks for the federal government to start distributing the money. In early January of this year, it took about 1 week for the $600 second stimulus checks. If the IRS is able to keep with previous timelines, Americans could start receiving their stimulus checks as soon as next week and up to sometime in April. Jen Psaki said this past Tuesday they expect checks to begin going out in March, but wasn't able to give a more specific timeline yet. One factor that could complicate things is that this is also tax season. The IRS will also be sending out stimulus checks while also processing income tax returns and calculating refunds. Now, according to USA Today, if you have unpaid debts, creditors may come after you for the $1,400 third stimulus checks. Debt collectors will be able to garnish the stimulus funding that will be distributed to millions of Americans under the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. With the second round of stimulus checks that were distributed in December, creditors were barred from garnishing the stimulus money. But the Senate was unable to include such protection in the latest stimulus bill because of the budgetary rules under which the stimulus package was approved. So what are your thoughts on this, everyone? Do you think that creditors should be able to garnish wages? Please leave them in the comments below. This past Tuesday, the American Bankers Association and several other groups wrote a letter to congressional leaders. The economic impact payments are intended to help families purchase food and other necessities to make ends meet. Many people were already struggling prior to the crisis, and millions have now been laid off or had their hours cut. Unless stimulus checks are declared off limits, the families that most need this money, those struggling with debt and whose entire bank accounts may be frozen by garnishment orders, will not be able to access their funds. Chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, Ron Wyden, said he intends to file a separate legislation to shield the money from private debt collectors so that families will receive the $1,400 checks they need to pay rent or buy groceries. The first round of stimulus checks did not prohibit garnishment by creditors, but some states and local governments enacted protections to keep debt collectors from getting their hands on the money. However, according to Garrett Watson, senior policy analyst at the Tax Foundation, those rules did not protect everyone. Watson said it was pretty uneven and dependent on where you live, the particular circumstances, whether or not it actually protected you or not. Then back in December, Congress made the $600 stimulus checks off limits to private creditors. But Congress was unable to extend those protections this round because the Senate passed a relief bill package to the budget reconciliation process, which limits provisions in the legislation to those that are tied directly to the budget. The stimulus relief bill does not protect against seizure of the stimulus money to pay back taxes, child support, and other government debts. Millions of Americans are expected to get the $1,400 stimulus checks via direct deposit. One possible way to keep the money from facing garnishment is to open up a new bank account, provide the new direct deposit information to the IRS, and ask that the $1,400 checks be delivered to that account, Watson said. A new bank account with new direct deposit information is less likely to be garnished than one that is under active collection. But it really depends on who the collector is, how aggressive they are, and what they will know about your finances, he added. That is the end of the video, everyone. I really hope you found this video helpful. Please make sure to enter the $50 Amazon gift card giveaway by subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and then commenting below.